the school had cameras, and for my art major work, which is a Year 12, 3-unit subject, I made a short film. My teacher entered the film into the Atom Awards, and it won Best Film, and it got a lot of attention, and through different contacts it became an episode on Dolly Video, and I had given them a copy of my master and was driving with my mum to see a musical, and she was lecturing me about getting a job, and I picked up the master tape on the way, and the producer of Dolly Video sat me down and asked me if I wanted to work for Dolly Video, and I got myself an opening that was like a dream job. I got to interview my favourite bands at the time. The Atom Awards was a definite turning point, or leaping out of school and into the first job. Yeah, so this would be that job was content production. It led to meeting some great people who went on to do all kinds of extraordinary work in the industry. Nick Donkin with his animation, and exploring the world, the tiny world of animation, which has just recently come into the production design for the Dune Rats music video.
In music videos nowadays is like really they've got a budget, but they don't have like a lot of money like when it comes to things, so a lot of the time is that you do have to kind of dedicate your time. But the cool thing is that I get to make something cool. I had like a really good like photography teacher who was like super sick, and she kind of introduced me a lot to do with just short films in general. We did some short films, we did some like film theory on like color representation and stuff like that in feature films, and I kind of sparked off like alright, I don't want to do stills anymore, I want to do video. So that's kind of what started it all. So I think like, definitely, my photography teacher, Sully, was definitely a big part of it. Unless you go out and just do it, like it's not going to get done. So a lot of the time is you do things for free, you go and help friends out, you do that to be out making stuff, and I think that's the most important thing, is making stuff. Doesn't matter about if you're getting paid or stuff, but as long as you're having fun and making something that you're quite passionate about, that's all that matters. So, yeah.
I think the big ambition is to tell stories. Like you do want to find a way to reveal something that someone walks away with and thinks about, and it brings them some kind of enjoyment of life. That stories. My uncle said, if you want to work in this industry, don't ever be afraid to walk in every single person's shoes on set. So, I've sometimes been the slushy of all slushies and covered so many different bases, but it does actually give you opportunity when you are producing or when you are directing to understand what your person and your crew is actually dealing with when you're asking different things of them. I think that moving forward and looking at the industry, I'd love to give everyone the gift of storytelling. I'd love to have heartfelt, wonderful Australian stories told. I don't think we've really embarked on the real Australians and the real Australia where we are now. I'd be really happy to find and tell stories and see our creative world reflecting the genius that would inspire people to make this world here where we are in Australia better. I think it would be a shame to lose the ability of storytelling that comes through things like the ABC and through competitions and through dramatic filming. But I don't see enough Australian cinema coming through that sort of tells our cultural stories that I see when I walk around in real life. I'd love to see that, and I'd love to infuse our creative people to tell that story, find our story, work it out, hand it over.